Xiaomi have just confirmed that production of the literally wildest supercar that's ever been made, in my opinion, will start in only 6 months' time. This thing is going to, guys, if you own a Bugatti Chiron, if you know someone who does, this is going to put them to tears because it's going to make a Bugatti Chiron look slow. It's got 4 doors and 5 seats. Porsche just set a new record in the Taycan Turbo around the Nürburgring. That does matter to Porsche. It does matter to performance car fans. But Porsche's record, it beat the Tesla Model S Plaid, by the way. It's about to be annihilated. That time that Porsche set is going to look very, very slow in comparison to this new electric car from China. This new EV from China, the Xiaomi SU7. They've turned this thing into possibly the greatest 4-door weapon in the history of the automotive industry, in the history of mankind. I mean, there is no other vehicle with 4 doors in the world that I've ever seen that comes close to the insanity of this car. Guys, in petrol heads, once they, people who are just full on right into internal combustion engines, once they see this car, once they see how it's going to absolutely smoke anything they've ever seen, I think it's going to change a lot of people's minds. It's going to make them realize that electric cars are the future. Guys, I just drove, a friend of mine here in Sydney drove up his Tesla Model 3. The new Model 3 Ludicrous, right? Drove that thing around and it made me feel sick. Just launching it the first second, it was giving me nausea. I've got a video coming up, by the way, on my test drive of that, coming in a few days. And it was making me feel sick. But this thing has more than twice the power, nearly 3 times the power of the Tesla Model 3 Ludicrous. And it can actually discharge that power. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Phenomenal to see you. Had a few days off, of course. There's been a few dramas going on here. Just been to the hospital today, unfortunately. Had to drive to Sydney to the hospital to meet with the surgeon. Shanna says she's going to do a video for you guys, just a couple of minutes tomorrow. So if you want to see an update from her, it should be up on the channel pretty soon. I basically said to her, people on the channel would love to hear how you're going in your story, and she wants to do that, so there'll be a video up soon. Anyway, the Xiaomi SU7. Now guys, Xiaomi have said that they are going to race this thing around the Nürburgring. They will within a matter of months, just totally annihilate Porsche, and this vehicle will be cheaper than an equivalent Porsche. Well, is there an equivalent Porsche? Well, there's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I saw a Porsche Taycan Turbo today. They're nice, but this is in a different world when it comes to performance though. Xiaomi unveiled their hardcore SU7. I saw one of these in China, by the way, guys. These look very sleek. You wouldn't think of this as being like a big 4-door sedan. It's packaged really sleek. It's really kind of the kind of car that surprised me by how they look in person. They really look quite nice in person. The Xiaomi SU7 has been a massive success. And Xiaomi can make one of these every 60 seconds using I believe the second largest gigapress machine in the world. I believe Geely has the first largest. Anyhow, the SU7 Ultra has a carbon fiber body. As you can see, insane aerodynamics. It has 1,527 horsepower. Not quite 3 times as much power as a Model 3 Ludicrous, but yeah, it's more than twice as much. 1,140 kilowatt, that is. This vehicle was unveiled as a one-off prototype, but a production version is coming apparently. And yeah, the production version is going to look slightly less aggressive than this because it has to be able to be driven on the road, obviously. Can't quite be that low. Anyhow, guys, as you can see, this thing looks crazy. It's got a huge splitter, a massive rear wing, huge downforce. Now that rear wing apparently gives it 2,145 kilograms of downforce. That's crazy. That's 4,730 pounds of downforce. And that's about what this car weighs. So I think it weighs a little less than that. How exactly is this vehicle? I mean, it's one thing to have motors, guys. Having the motors is one thing, but actually getting the battery pack to transmit that power. Keep in mind, guys, the Tesla Model 3 Ludicrous in China, the one they build there in China, it can't discharge as much power as the American version because of the battery pack that Tesla uses, an LG Chem battery. So that's the challenge with an electric car. You might have all the power in the world, you can have these motors that are producing insane power, but if the batteries can't discharge all that power, it's not going to really make sense, right? Well, because this has CATL's new Chill-In 2.0 battery, it can discharge huge amounts of power. And like I said, it has 1,527 horsepower. And that means each individual motor is insanely powerful. And it also means it has 435 horsepower or 324 kilowatt more power than a Taycan Turbo GT. It's got 280 horsepower more power than a Zeekr 001 FR. And about 300 more horsepower than a Tesla Model 3, or Tesla Model S Plaid, I should say. Now here's the thing, guys. This thing is actually quite light. It only weighs 1,900 kilograms because of its carbon fiber monocoque body and obviously gigapress as well. So it's kind of using a combination of Tesla technology and advanced composite technology. 1,900 kilograms or 4,190 pounds. That means it's a similar weight to the Tesla Model 3 long range. Tesla Model 3 long range. It's a similar weight to one of those. That is insane. I don't know how they've done this. Amazing. I mean, this is lighter than a comparable internal combustion engine vehicle, significantly lighter. So, like I said, a CATL Chill-In battery, 2.0 battery pack, discharge is 1,330 kilowatts. So it can discharge more power than what it actually has. That battery pack is capable of doing that. Meaning, the battery pack is not an impediment to putting all that power to the ground. How fast does it go? Well, it's not actually made for 0 to 100 times, but it's still fast. 0 to 62 miles an hour, 1.97 seconds. It's probably the fastest electric car you'll be able to buy anywhere in the world. 0 to 200, this is where things get a little crazy, guys. 0 to 200, I think I'd be throwing up, honestly. 124 miles an hour takes 5.9 seconds. 5.9 seconds. That's what cars used to do from 0 to 60. Now 0 to 124, 5.97 seconds. That's just mind-blowing. But here's the thing. It doesn't run out of power. 0 to 300 kilometers an hour, which is 0 to 186 miles an hour, is 15 seconds. 15 seconds to get to 300 kilometers an hour. I don't think there are many. It might be like maybe the Bugatti Chiron that does it about that speed, but there's almost nothing in the internal combustion supercar world that is as fast as that. Top speed, 350 kilometers an hour, 217 miles per hour. What were people saying, guys, about EVs not being fast enough for racing? Yeah, okay. So it's got AP racing brakes, obviously carbon ceramic brakes, which are like the Zeekr 001 FR. It also has carbon ceramic brakes. Maximum deceleration force is insane. It partly uses regen braking to improve its deceleration. 2.36 Gs of deceleration force. That would also make you want to feel sick. You can come to a full stop from 300 kilometers an hour. So you're driving around doing 186 miles an hour. You can stop in 15 seconds. Now, Xiaomi are saying they're aiming to beat the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT, which did a time of 7 minutes and 7 seconds. Now, the Tesla Model S Plaid did it in 7 minutes and 25 seconds. Is it going to beat both of those times? Absolutely. It'll slaughter both of those times. It'll easily annihilate the Porsche Taycan Turbo. The Porsche Taycan Turbo time is pretty incredible. In fact, the Turbo GT, amazing time, guys. But yeah, it's all these Chinese EVs now going to come out and just start smoking cars from the Western world. Not much they can do about it. This is the future of the automotive industry, whether we like it or not. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.